Welcome back to Dirty 20, everybody. Today we're going to start on the first of a series on homebrewing a city. Let's get on with the show. When I first decided that I was going to try DMing, I thought long and hard about what kind of game I wanted to run. And a big part of it came down to what kind of game I always wished I could have played in. And often that is the only way you're going to get that particular game, is if you decide to create it and run it. So I came up with Brywick, and in this series that we're going to do a few episodes on, I'm going to talk about the steps I took to create the city of Brywick. Now, there is a page on World Anvil where you can check out some very, very basic stuff about it. But I'll be talking about the steps that I took, the resources I looked at, and the things that I used to make it the best that I possibly could. Today I'm going to give you a little bit of advice on the kinds of things that I think are most important when coming up with a homebrew city. The first piece of advice that I'd give is to really think about the politics, the factions, and the intrigue of your city. This is going to really become central as you develop into your campaign, but you need to kind of establish it early on so that it remains consistent and allows you to develop the story kind of on your feet. The prep work that you do before you start will allow for more input from the players, because you'll be able to know how certain factions would react, or NPCs, but also really importantly, you mustn't overdo it. You can't have every single character and plot point already mapped out in your head. Otherwise, you're running a book, not really a campaign. So, obviously, plan lots, have lots of intrigue for your players to sink their teeth into if they want to, but also give yourself some room to allow the players to contribute, to explore different things that maybe you hadn't really expected, but could really turn out to be great moments in your campaign. So your city is going to be very, very populated, because that's the thing, right? Otherwise you'd start in a village or you'd start in the wilderness. And so having lots and lots of allies and, potential villains and traitors as well, that's a really big thing. Having plenty of NPCs for the characters to interact with, and for them to be able to follow storylines that the NPCs kind of bring to them. And we will definitely be doing an episode about NPCs and factions and things like that, but it's definitely something to take into consideration. Finally, I would also talk about tying it into your setting. Now, I'm going to be talking about my homebrew world during this series, and I decided to put it on the Forgotten Realms, on the Sword Coast, vanilla D&D, but my homebrew city. Now, by doing that, what I'm allowing is for lore that my players might be familiar with to come into it. It also allows me to take advantage of all the stuff that Wizards of the Coast have published. Now, that's not to say that if you don't put your homebrew city in the Forgotten Realms, that you won't be able to take advantage of these things. But having said that, it makes my life a lot easier when I can just, jump online and find lore and deities and all this stuff, which, I could sit down and create a world. Some people, that's what they want to do. But I decided to do a city. That was my world. Now, another really, really good piece of advice is make sure to write a primer for your players once you have set everything out. Now, what I mean by that is some basic information, right? And I'm actually going to put a link in the description or you can head over to our website, www.lavictoriaproductions.com, where you can find a PDF of the primer for Brywick. And you can check it out to see the kind of information that I've given and the kind of depth that I've gone into, which may surprise you because you may think, oh God, this is all completely planned out. But it's actually more of a kind of shell. It's more of a kind of bare bones outline that I was able to, fill out as we played, as we developed characters and situations. There it is, guys. Thank you so much for watching the first in our series on homebrewing a city. If you have any comments, please drop them down. And as always, please like and subscribe, share this around, and keep slaying. If you've enjoyed this content, then please smash that like button, subscribe, share this around online, and come and visit our website, www.lavictoriaproductions.com, to see all our past episodes, as well as our blog posts and all the stuff that we're currently working on at La Victoria Productions. Why not reach out to us and tell us what you think of our videos? You can reach us on Twitter. @MouthLaVictoria is our producer. We are also on Instagram. I am Enano LVP, and our producer is Jazzy J Cherot. We're also La Victoria Productions on Facebook and LinkedIn. Come on by and let us know what you think.